Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm just going to be explaining about keyframes. Keyframes are very important because they basically show the beginning and an end of an edit. So what does this exactly mean? I'll try and show you today's video. It's how you can get things moving, like how in my Q&A videos I can get the little question boxes moving across the screen. It's all to do with keyframes, and hopefully you'll get to understand a little bit more about how they actually work. So, first of all, I'm going to just get my little bar here and just drag it up a bit so I've got a bit more of the timeline to be shown. I think the easiest way for me to do this is to get this little footage here. I'm going to unlink it. That's by right clicking and pressing the unlink, if you see there. I'm going to drag this video footage up and just across a little bit over the file, and I'm going to bring the audio down as well and just do the same. Now they're over the top, what I'm going to do is go to the beginning of your video on top, because the one on top is the one that's going to be played the first. You want to then make sure this one is selected and go to your effects controls up here, go to opacity. And this is in terms of fading in and out. It's sort of connected to the last video, so if you haven't seen that, by all means you can go and check that out. But yes, I'm basically showing you how you can fade videos in and out while trying to explain the keyframes at the same time. So your opacity is basically something that shows how much of the video you see in terms of brightness. The easiest way to explain that is basically if I put it to 0, you can see how you can see the video underneath because there's 0 opacity, and because there's 0 opacity it's transparent. If I then turn it up, it's then, you can see how this can go into a fade by using keyframes, if you know anything about keyframes. If not, hopefully you should do by the end of this video. Okay, so if this isn't, you should toggle animation right there. So it just says like to get rid of the toggle animation, so I start from like sort of fresh. It will delete any existing keyframes. I'm okay with that. I want to then so that's what it should look like if you haven't selected it. So just click it, and then over here you've got a little keyframe that can add or remove keyframes. This is the beginning of the animation. So before you move the little timeline thing, what I would do if you're doing the same thing as I am, I would bring it all the way down to 0 so you can see the video footage underneath. I would bring it across a little bit. I'm going to bring it across over about here so then you can see most of the New York Central Station footage there. I'm going to add another keyframe there and then turn it up to 100%, and all of a sudden you can see behind, which is the Amsterdam Heineken Experience little bottle wall. If I bring this down a bit, now that I've used my timeline, I'm going to show you how this sort of fades in together. I'm going to play it twice. Keep an eye first time on how the video fades in together, and then the second time keep an eye on how the percentage here in relation to where it is with the video is changing. So hopefully that will get your mind a little bit more set into keyframes itself. Okay, so I'm just going to start from here and show you the video. Okay, so as you can see there, if you're focusing on the video itself, obviously it fades quite nicely. If you wanted to go quicker, then where you've got the keyframes here, you can move the keyframes up to make it a bit slower with the fading and fades out. Or if you wanted to zoom in a bit with this bar at the bottom of this little screen here, and you can make it a lot closer together, so then it's basically going to go from 0 to 100% within the time that you've put it between. So if it's got to go 0 to 100 there, it'll be a bit more gradual than 0 to 100 there. If that makes any sense to you guys, I hope it does. So now, if I play this again, just keep an eye this time on the percentage over here next to opacity. So as you see there, it changes over the time, so you can see if you want to make any edits or anything to that. So I've just got on a little still here. You can see Grand Central Station plus a little bit of the Heineken bottles on the wall. And here it's just showing that the top image there is 30% opacity. That means it's sort of 30% being shown, if that makes it sense. If I bring it along a bit more, obviously the opacity goes up a bit, and eventually when you get to around here, you can see the whole lot. So within keyframes itself, you can use keyframes within motion, which is just here, and you can use it within anything, any of these edits down here that you find in the effects panel. Next video, I'll show you how to move a video within a video by using the keyframes and the motion control effects panel. But for now, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you next time.